2024 was the year when we decided to settle down in Portugal and leave our travelling days behind. That decision has led us into an exciting new project, an abandoned house we bought 8 months ago. In that time, we've made significant progress, but it's important to remember that it's only the beginning, and we're still learning as we go.
This video is a recap of everything we accomplished in 2024, but to truly understand the journey, we need to go back to where it all began.
This is my new house. I've just signed the papers on this property, which includes this abandoned house, 10,000 square meters of land, and a ruin. So this is going to be my life. This is going to be my new project for the summer and probably for the next 1 to 2 years. Okay, so let me give you a tour. This is our garage. I don't know if the car is included. It would be pretty cool. I don't even know what type of car it is. It's a Fiat. This has been here for a while. So it's 2 stories. You have the top story, which had the old kitchen, a bedroom, and then down here was just storage. I don't think the previous owner used it as a house because the kitchen was absolutely, it was so old. I don't think I've ever seen a kitchen so old in my life. Basically, we're gonna have to demolish this house and start from scratch. I'm already imagining coming out of the kitchen here, a deck, having some breakfast with the view. It sits so perfectly in the valley to see the view. So I just know when we have all of this cleaned up, it's gonna be a dream. This is the other part of the land. It's absolutely huge. So it borders with this little river. We've got a little river. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a little stream that runs down that we can use in the summer. And look how much land we have. This is crazy. We have our own vineyard. These are literally the baby grapes. Guys, we can make our own Portuguese wine. This is crazy. I can't believe this. I came here in the winter and I thought these were like dead. I didn't realize that we can make our own wine. This is so cool. And these are the orange trees.
How can the same news be bad and good at the same time? First, the ex-owner of the land cut the entrance of the land. This is the good news, but the bad news is we wanted to do this ourselves to show on the video. But there is still a lot to be cut, so we started around the abandoned house. While Eda was cutting with the streamer, I took a machete and started cutting other things, like these long branches from this tree, to get better access to the garage. After that, we moved on the most interesting part so far. As I said, we bought the land without fully seeing what was on it, and one of the parts we couldn't access was this one. We knew that through that path, there would be the access to the lower part of the land. So Eda took the stream and I went with the machete, clearing the path. The vegetation had grown so much in this part that it was easily 3 meters tall. I think the last owner of this land let this grass grow for a few years, so this was really abandoned. Well, after cleaning a bit of the land, we found a ruin. That's really good because we didn't expect that, and this is really good news because that means it's another house. We can try to make a license to create a house, and that will bring more value to the place, and well, that's really good. So we're gonna clean all around this ruin to see how big it is and the structure. After about 15 minutes of cutting, we found a structure. This was a very good surprise. It's not exactly a ruin, but it is a structure. But the best part is that 5 minutes later of cutting, we found another structure, and this one you can call a ruin. This wooden door, these big stones, heavy stones, and we still don't know the dimensions of this ruin, or if there is another ruin. Maybe there is, I don't know. Let's see how many ruins are here. Maybe we find a Machu Picchu in here, but yeah, let's keep on cleaning. Well, from that moment, we were very happy. This other ruin seemed quite large and with a relatively good structure. Now we need to cut around it to get better idea of its size. But then more challenges started. After this moment, we couldn't use the stream anymore because there were a lot of wires and that can really damage the stream. Plus, near the ruin, there were so many tiles and wood, and that can be really bad for the stream. So from that on, 90% of the work was with the machetes. But little by little, we managed to clear the path. Now that the land is clean, everything is ready for the yurts. Eda's mom lives in England and she gave her the yurts. So a good friend called Gary volunteered to drive all the way from England in a van bringing the yurts. He actually didn't drive all the way. He put the van on a ship until Santander, Spain, and drove from there to Portugal. But what are yurts? Yurts are an ancient form of portable shelter structure originating thousands of years ago in the Central Asia. They are super good looking and very safe. People use it in the mountains in Tibet. So yeah, you can imagine how strong they are. And we are building it in the land because it's really fast to build, cheap and looks really cool. Well, we need a place to stay when doing other projects here in the land, like the main house, sauna, a gaming cabin. So this channel will bring you good times watching it. So it's worth to follow. So after a couple of days waiting, Gary finally arrived with the yurts.
Hey, Gary made it!
Like I said before, yurts are super easy to mount. So he managed to bring both yurts in the same van. And the first thing to do was taking them to the land itself. But the issue is, we need to take those yurts until this point, which is a long way. So we decided to just take everything until the half of the way, which is here, for now. Especially because it's not only yurts we are talking about. All the wood that we'll be building for the yurts is also arriving today. And oh man, it's a lot of wood. Yeah, let's bring them down there. Let's go.
We spent about 4 hours just carrying all of this wood to the halfway point. I am a bit speechless. That was such a long day. So yeah, all of the wood for the yurt is now behind me. The next thing now is to unbox the equipment we bought. Guys, we are really making everything from scratch here. These are the first serious pieces of equipment that we bought. We also got a generator because we don't have electricity on the land yet, and also a good miter saw. Okay, so the last, hour and a half, we've been setting up our equipment. And for me, this is a big moment. You know, this is like a really big girl purchase, buying a proper Bosch mite saw with the proper table. This here I think will last us, I don't know how many years, but hopefully it will last us a long time. It's going to cut a lot of material, it's going to cut a lot of wood.
Okay, so this is where we're going to try and get to today. We're not going to do all of it, but what we want to do is we want to have the concrete pads. So this is a slab with a block and a post.
So this is Gary talking about the plans. To do the platform for the yurts, we're gonna use 10 posts to support the wood. We will place it in an octagonal way. The posts will be on top of a concrete platform, giving it a support in every part and making it really solid. With all these plans, we can start building. 4 days later, an inexperienced couple that had no idea of what they were doing and a good Samaritan who offered help because he felt sorry for them finally started to build some yurts. Like I said, we are building an octagonal structure, but before we need to make a rectangular structure that will be 5 meters long with 40 centimeters space between each timber. At the moment, it's looking like this. Just a bunch of wood on the ground. So me and Gary started assembling the rectangular base first. We also made a little deck, 2 meters by 1.6 meter, perfect for sitting down and drinking a cup of tea.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
What? So yeah, this is pretty much the work we did in 1 day. Really nice to see all of our progress. Building things with your own hands that are really useful and gonna last for years. It's so satisfying. So the first structure for the first yurt is done. It's 100%, it's all set and ready to go. It's all painted, all treated, and also the second structure is almost 100% as well. It just needed to be treated, and as you can see as well, it's more high on the ground, so it needs more structure to make it really firm. So we did put a little bit more of timber on the posts there on the front, so it's more safe. And yeah, it's all leveled, all good.
I was on one side, Gary on the other, and Eliezer in the middle. We fitted the boards, screwed them in, and then it started to flow. It was difficult at first, but then we got the hang of it. With the floorboards ready, it was time to cut the circular floor.
Right, so the floors are done, everything is ready to go. Look at that, really nice and beautiful. But the thing is now, because the earths are actually round, we need to find the dead center of the platform. And to find that, we found where is the center from here to here of the platform. So it's this one, we push a string all the way to there, and it's 5 meters, and the dead center is 2.5 meters, right? So we put this one here, 2.5 meters. This is the dead center of the whole platform. And now look at that, we are started to do the circle with a piece of wood. It's like a clock that we're gonna go all around the yurt.
What did you say?
Clock.
I said God.
Oh man.
Did you say?
Yeah.
Satisfying, isn't it?
It's so satisfying.
Now look how satisfying, a perfect circle. Cutting the circular floor really showed us all of the work we had to put in to make this happen. None of us had done this before, so for this to be our first time, it's pretty good. Actually, mounting the yurts is the easiest part. You start by positioning the walls in place, adding the door, and then adding the roof beams into the circle to position the roof. In the end, everything comes together very easily. After the walls are in position, you add this canvas belt. This helps to keep the walls firm and attach them to the ceiling. Here you can see how the wheel brings the ceiling together. Gary was holding the wheel, while me and Eda were attaching the roof joists. It only takes like 8 joists to keep the ceiling from falling.
The original plan was to actually restore this house. But after showing the architect the house, he said it's not going to be worth it. So let me show you around and show you what I mean. So this is how the house looks today. And the first thing that the architect said when he arrived was that the huge cracks on the side of the wall are going to be a massive problem. But this is only the beginning of the problems. The other thing about this house is that there's no structure. The pillars supporting the house are actually quite good, these big granite concrete pillars. But the rest of the house and the corners are made from these bricks just put together. There's no pillars, there's no beams, it's just bricks. Another thing is that the first level of the house is so small. So as you can see, this is the first level and I have to duck to get in there. And then on the second floor, there's so much space. So the measurements and how it's been calculated are really bad, but it doesn't stop there. The last thing is the roof. The roof of this house is pretty much already fallen down. When we took you inside, you could clearly see that the roof beams were rotten and the whole roof, the tiles were bowing. I think all it would take is a good gust of wind and that thing's on my head. So to finalize everything, the fact that the structure of the house basically doesn't exist. There's cracks in the walls, the roof is falling down. It's really not safe. It doesn't make any sense for us to restore this house. So the best option is to demolish everything and start from scratch.
Our inspirations came from the places we traveled and houses we like. We've been to Bali and we really like the architecture in there. We also been to Scandinavia and the architecture there is really amazing. So we wanted to do like a mix, but you also need to consider the place that this house is in. We have a lot of trees around the house and just a few neighbors that are really far away. So we are really private. And we are also in a valley, so there's not much sun exposure in here, especially because of this big tree that is right in front of the house. So we organized all of our inspirations and put in a file and sent to the architect. We told him that we need a lot of glass, like 50% of the house on glass, as well as open space. Just a few walls, we want everything there in one place, as well as wooden deck and indoor-outdoor living. We want to see the outside but living in inside. But one of the most important things, the house has to be minimalist and small, because we can't pass 130 square meters here in this project. So we needed to fit 2 bedrooms, both en suite, in a 130 square meters house. Okay, we sent all of these ideas and after 3 months, the project was ready. Let's take a look.
And now, 6 months later, on the 13th of September, the architect called us in to show us the final design of the house. Guys, we've just arrived at our architect's office because we're just about to go in and see the design, the 3D project of our house for the first time. I am so excited, like honestly.
Yes, me too. The architect is putting the expectations up to the moon.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's see. I'm so excited. Excited?
I am excited.
Let's see.
I am excited. Let's see.
We were so anxious and excited to see the project design. He started by showing the blueprints first. To be honest, we were so shocked to see the comparison between the old house and the new concept he presented. It looked incredible.
And if that wasn't enough, he made us a 3D model of the house. He said it's been over a year since he made any 3D model for our house, but ours deserved it. We were feeling overwhelmed and so happy with the final design of the house. We absolutely love what he presented us. We even celebrated with a shot of liquor that he bought for us.
We got super happy when the architect showed us the project. And now we're gonna show to you, but with one difference. We have the house here behind, so you can see the before and the after. So I'm just gonna hide myself over there and let you to appreciate the difference. So this part of the house is the first angle that you see when you come in the land. So you just park your car over there, you walk over here in this part, and this is the first angle. So this is the before, and this is the after. Because this is a 2 floors house, the second floor has the 2 bedrooms. And this is not the main entrance. The main entrance is on the first floor, which is down there. But the architect made a second entrance, like an alternative entrance, directly to the bedrooms. And looks quite nice. We have the deck here, and one of the bedrooms that has a nice view to the nature, which is right here.
Coming down these steps, you start to see the different angles of the roof and the house itself. So depending on where you're looking at the house, the angle and the perspective changes. This was a really modern, new concept that the architect suggested for the roof, and looking at it now, it really elevates on the front side of the house, the double height ceilings.
This is the entrance of the house, the main entrance. Like I said, this house has 2 floors, and this is the first floor. Here is the before, how the house looks now, and this is the after. The difference is huge. The first thing you notice when you come is the double height ceilings, which brings a lot of indoor-outdoor living. You have the social space outside with the deck, the pool, and social place inside as well, with the kitchen, the living room, and a lot of privacy because of the trees we have here in the land. This for me is the best angle of the house.
As you can see, the biggest difference is this part of the house. As you can see now, this is the only window that sits on this side of the house. And obviously our design, we're gonna have a huge double height ceiling, all glass.
You can see how the open space makes the first floor huge, because you need to be creative to make more space in a 130 square meters house. And the open space fits very well with this project. Unfortunately, we don't have pictures for the second floor of the house, but you can see on the plans how the architect placed every bedroom. There is one bedroom that's facing the house itself and has this and this view, and the second bedroom have the view for the other side, and they both have bathrooms, so they're all en suites. Yes, I know it's a big jump cut, but this is the yurt. But let me tell you what happened. Because these yurts are a gift from Eda's mom, and she had these yurts for over 15 years. Yes, it's normal that they are a little bit bad in some parts, like the door part here that's all ripped, or this part here, which is super important, which is also very ripped. And also, if you go inside the yurt, you'll see that a lot of parts is not that much good. Here you have a hole, for example. So while mounting the yurt, we realized that we have to do some repair here in the whole canvas before actually moving here and putting our stuff here like a bed and stove and table and everything.
We realised it's not worth leaving the yurt in this condition. As a solution to repair the fabric of the yurt, I thought of the guys who repair sailboats. The materials are really similar and they would have all of the right equipment. We want them to treat the fabric to make it waterproof again, clean the mouldy green parts and fix all of the rips and tears. Since we live in Porto, we thought it would be easy to find somebody to help. So what we're going to do now is take off this canvas. We found a guy at the boatyard in Porto who could help us. He showed us a PVC material we could use instead of the heavy cotton canvases. He said that this PVC material was way better as it's water resistant and a lot more durable. We left our canvases there and we were told to come back a week later. We've come back after the wildfires have gone crazy in Portugal. We couldn't even get to our land 2 days ago because the fire was so out of hand and it was really scary, but we've come back. We didn't put the tarp on the yurt and we left it open, so now everything's wet, which is really annoying. But what I want to do today is oil all of the oak that this yurt has, and when the yurts are going to be finished, they should be finished around next week, we can put the yurt, protect the wood, and everything will be finished. So the weather's not so great, but today's going to be a great day anyway because we're on the way right now to go and grab the yurts.
Arriving to check the fabric, a key part of the roof was missing, so we had to go to the factory to fix the rest of the yurt. So what we're doing now is because we need to replicate these holes for these toggles to attach on the yurt ceiling. We need also to make a hole to pass this little string. So he gave us this material, which is amazing. I'm finding it's really good. Now we just do like this, and yeah, we have a perfect hole.
Right guys, today everything is ready to finalize the first yurt. Here we have the canvases treated, all good and clean. So let's start.
But first, let's do the stairs. Everything was almost ready. Today was supposed to be for doing the finishing touches and a few things we had left. Grab the wood you have already measured, cut a 90-degree angle to fit perfectly at the top of the deck, but it needs to be a perfect fit. Now that it's cut, we need to make the steps. We used some thick leftover wood to make the support for placing the wooden boards on top. Everything will be really secure because we're fastening everything with these big screws. And to secure the staircase to the deck, use these joist hangers and some large screws. Obviously, this has to be done on both sides. Now, grab the wood. We bought a really thick one to last a long time. The final step is placing the wooden boards on top to see how it looks. And lastly, to protect the wood from rotting, use a good deck paint. Now that I've explained everything, we're going to build the stairs. All that's left is to assemble and screw everything together.
How's that feel?
Good.
Yeah? Okay, so the stairs is complete. Now we have a stairs to go in and out of the yurt. It's kind of a chunky style, thick wood. Gary, the guy who came to help us, actually bought this wood and said it would be the best. I kind of like it though, it's really, really chunky. Now with the stairs done, we need to focus on assembling and removing the plastic tarp to then put on our new canvas. Since the canvas is new, we need to remove all of the wooden toggles from the old canvas. They are super important because they hold the wall to the roof. After removing all of the wooden toggles, we had to reattach them to the new PVC canvas. Once again, we put the roof on the yurt. In my head, we did everything right. Treated all the roof canvases, we made a new PVC wall, and there was nothing that could go wrong. But as we quickly realised, the wall canvas was not fitting correctly onto the yurt. The problem was that the new PVC wall wasn't wrapping around the entire yurt, and we didn't want to stretch or tear it, so we had to remove it and keep trying. But while we were pushing to get everything finished, Eliezer twisted his ankle.
In stressful situations like this, it's better to stop what you're doing, have a cup of tea, and take a breather.
Guys, that day, trying to put up the yurt in the rain was one of the most stressful things I've ever done. It was just too much to film everything because I was trying to hold the roof of the yurt while we were trying to adjust some things, and sometimes it just doesn't make sense to position the camera. There's no time. I cried in the rain. Eliezer was stressed, we were stressed. It was a stressful day. But I can finally say that today we have the yurt basically ready.
Tour time! Now that the yurt is ready, we can finally give you some tour. It's a very simple yurt, but very hard to make in the end for people that never made something like that. Everything is flexible, so it makes everything much harder. Okay, it's done. Let's talk about what's here. So you come into the yurt with these stairs that I find amazing. They're strong, thick, I like that. The 3 steps, you come to the deck here. Here you're still gonna add some stuff like some strings for people to not fall. We're gonna put some chairs here for coffee. Let's go inside. Right, like I said, it's a 25 square meter yurt. We have 2 windows. I think it's like 3 meters high. It's a perfect space for bedroom, living room and kitchen. It's all round 360 degrees. For now it looks like this. This wood like that is all black because it rained the other day and it wasn't prepared, waterproofed, and that's why we're still gonna do something about that. But everything looks great. It's all in place, nothing is moving, and it's done.
We're gonna transform this space from this into this in 4 days. In the past 4 months, we've made so much progress here on our abandoned land in Portugal. We've managed to clear all of the overgrown brambles, which then led us to find 2 old ruins. We've built 2 wooden platforms from scratch, adopted a dog, and most recently, we've pitched a yurt. In the end, we managed to complete the yurt, and now it's 100% waterproof and ready to be decorated from the inside. It's currently looking like this. Not the prettiest thing in the world, but it's going to look amazing with all the things that we have planned.
How are you going to decorate the interior? We decided to make a list of the essential things that must be included to make the yurt livable. A double bed, a kitchen, a lounge area, and storage. Oh, and one more thing. We need to build at least 1 piece of furniture ourselves, DIY. Now that we know how we want to decorate the yurt, we headed to the best place to buy furniture, IKEA. We found plenty of great, affordable options for the living room and kitchen, plus a beautiful chest for storage. After buying everything, we had to make a trip to Leroy Merlin to get some wood for our custom piece of furniture and countertops for the kitchen. Now that we have bought everything to decorate the yurt, we had to bring it all down in the wheelbarrow to start getting ready to assemble everything for tomorrow.
So lounge area here.
So we're gonna start on the kitchen. This is a nice furniture for the kitchen, and we start with this.
He's a good boy, it's okay. I love assembling IKEA kits. I find it so much fun, and this was the perfect choice for our yurt kitchen.
We have a first furniture.
Woo! Yes!
And simple as that, 20 minutes. Our first furniture is done, look at that. It has 2 drawers, easy, nice real wood, and will be placed right here.
Okay, now we move on to the next, which is going to be our storage. Since the yurt is round and lower around the sides, we have to carefully think about the best storage options. It needs to have enough space for our clothes and everyday items that we would use. This shelf was perfect, made of pine wood, a great price, and super quick to assemble. Yes, coming together.
Yeah, here we go. We have a nice chair, and that was 15 minutes to assemble. Nice one. Really good.
We've done pretty well. So we've got our kitchen area here that's coming together, and then we've got our storage unit over there, and we've just put a little carpet down in the lounge area with the chairs just to see how it looks. I don't want to show you everything. Obviously, we've still got loads of work to do, but it's really coming together, and I'm excited to continue and finish the rest.
Yes.
This is what the yurt is currently looking like. We've made some progress, but we still have a long way to go. We decided to keep it really simple and stick with a pallet bed. It's easy, sufficient, and cheap to make.
Yeah,
1, 2, 3, go! Hey! Oh, yes!
It's actually really nice.
Wow, this feels really surreal. To bring everything together, we decided to make the bed to make it feel really complete.
Ah, come on, man. Don't tell me you don't want to sleep.
Finally, after 4 days of work, we can now show you the final result of the yurt. Let's go take a look. I cannot believe this is how it looked just a few days ago. Honestly, the final result of the yurt, it's just turned out more than I expected. I'm so happy with it. It feels so cozy. I love the colors, it's practical. It's just everything and more for us. So I'm really, really happy. So let's just go through the different areas and show you like a mini tour of the yurt. On the left of the entrance, we have the kitchen, which is actually such a perfect size. It's so complete. The only thing that we need is to install the sink, but we're going to do that when we come back. We have a full fridge unit. We have a microwave. We have great storage. We have pots and pans, cutlery, another storage unit thing you just made. And it's a massive area for preparing food. And I'm super excited to cook our first meal here. And then over here, we have this little nook. I can either sit on this chair next to the bed, see what's going on. Oh, this is actually really nice to sit. I'm not sat here, it's really cozy. But this is actually for our dog. This is actually Bozor's little chair, so we wanted him to feel cozy as well. Then we just have some more plants. We even have side tables for the bed. Guys, this is a luxury yurt. This is luxury camping. This is our studio space. On the other side of the bed, we have our lounge, chill area, also kind of dining area with these two amazing chairs and obviously our handmade table. I love the result. I think it just works so well with everything. It's such a good size as well because it couldn't be too big. It's just, I love it. Some fairy lights here as well, a cactus, some more plants, and this discounted rug that I found in IKEA fits so perfectly next to the bed. And lastly, we have a storage unit, which is yeah, we're actually gonna live in this yurt, so we needed some space to put some clothes and some other stuff. Obviously, we have this kind of chest storage unit here. So that's it. I think it turned out amazing. It has everything we need, and I can't wait to sleep here for the first time. Like I said before, I am just overwhelmed. I'm so pleased with the result. I'm just so excited to actually sleep here and live here. We cannot believe we finally finished the yurt. Not only is it livable now, but it's so special knowing that we built it all from scratch. What a journey. We're so excited to sleep here.
Right, guys, finally, after months of waiting, we're finally gonna sleep in the land. Finally gonna sleep in the yurt, man.
Oh
We're super excited about that.
Yeah. But it's gonna be so exciting sleeping in the yurt, seeing what it looks like from the outside, seeing the stars at night, cooking. We're gonna make a nice dinner. We've got some wine. It's gonna be really special. It's gonna be such a special night here on the land for us. Sleeping on our land that we bought in February for the very first time. So it's gonna be a really exciting video.
Let's go.
We already did a bit of shopping. Oh. Ding. Guys, the effect isn't giving so much, but I swear in person it looks really cute. Guys, look how cute this looks. Oh my goodness, I can't. We've got obviously the little candles by the bed, the fairy lights there. I've got a bigger LED light because obviously it's gonna help with the cooking dinner tonight. But there's some little fairy lights there. And then on the other side, got those same little fairy lights and then a nice lantern. Oh my gosh, it's so cute.
Alright, still have to fix this door, but that'll do for now.
Good boy.
It's dinner time, and we're gonna make some Argentinian meat. Argentinians, they know how to do meat. It's a very fancy meat, really nice, with some broccoli. This combination is really good. And for the starter, we have some salami with some wine. We got some Portuguese wine, this one, maybe some bread and some olive oil as well. First night in the yurt, we'll start like that.
A little different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned where I had sometimes played chess. And when I'm out,
Cheers.
Cheers! Yes, guys, you've been following, and this year gave us a lot of work. So the fact that we are now sitting here with some salami, some wine, and about to do some nice dinner
In the yurt,
in the yurt in a very cool place,
waterproof.
waterproofed, it's amazing. Cheer for that, right?
Cheers for that.
Cheer for that.
Cheers for that. And cheers to you guys. Thanks for watching these
Yes.
videos. just finished eating and relaxing. We've just had our wine, brushed our teeth. We're ready for bed. I'm gonna get my PJs, but I thought I'd fill up the hot water bottle and put it in the bed so it warms up the bed a bit. So I'm so excited. It's gonna be so cozy. Probably gonna watch a film or something and just relax. Guys, it's so cozy.
Yes.
We're all tucked up in bed. We're ready to watch a film, relax, and it's just so crazy that we're in the yurt, in the bed. The bed is super comfortable.
Yeah.
And
My bed is full.
belly's full.
My bed is warm.
With the hot water bottle.
It's rainy outside.
It's raining. I love that it's raining.
It's not too cold.
No.
Not too hot.
Yeah. Perfect.
Dog is sleeping.
Yeah.
Nothing to complain.
Life is good.
Life is a good thing. Good night.
Good night.
I'll just pretend I watched this movie.
No,
I'm
seriously.
actually not watching. I was sleeping 2 minutes.
Really?
Yes.
Are you not?
I was
not-
sleeping the introduction. Good morning.
Good morning. First things first, a cup of tea. Wow, it is so nice. So relaxing. Chazine. Oh my goodness. The first sip of tea is the best in the morning. Life is good. Good bullshit. Good bullshit. After enjoying our first breakfast in the yurt, Eliezer went to buy some more materials for our next small project, while I started clearing the area. I had to cut the tree to make some more space for the project. So, about the bathroom situation, here's the plan. The deck is actually going to play a big role in this. We're planning to add an extension to the yurt to add a compost toilet and a shower. Extending the deck will also give us more outside space for a cozy social area to add some chairs and a small table.
We need a toilet, and we have one solution for that. And the solution is we're making an extension for the deck so we can put compost toilet and outside shower. So this way we don't have to leave the yurt to use the toilet.
The best design for the extension would be to create a rectangle that connects directly to the existing deck, and then add an angled section to gain even more space. It's going to look something like this. So the first thing that we're going to do is create the square structure. But the good thing is, because we learned so much from building with our good friend Gary, he came from England, we now know the steps, which are basically the same principles that we did for the yurt. The concrete slab, concrete block, posts, the wooden frame, and then tongue and groove. So the first thing we have to do is level the ground.
The deck will be our first test to see if we remembered all the steps for building the foundations, just like we did for the yurt with our friend Gary. Honestly, this deck is such a simple structure to build, and now that we have the confidence to do it on our own, it really helps to get things done a lot faster. Safety first, people! We were nearing the end of the day. Before it got dark, to strengthen the frame, we added in some noggins to then be able to lay our decking. Winter is nearly here. The days are getting so short, so by 5:30 the light is already fading, so we had to work quickly.
A few days later, my mum and her partner came down from England to visit us for a few days. It was a really special moment showing them around the land and all of the hard work we've done so far. Today, we're making the bathroom. So we're going to have a compost toilet and then a shower right next to it. Today we're working as a team. We've got my mum back on site with Bogdan, and we're going to try and get as much done as possible today. And he works fast. Once we measured and cut everything, we lifted the structure to see how it would look. But then I realised something. Wow, it's tall! It's really high! Bogdan had made the measurements for a giant. The height ended up being 2.5 meters. When he mentioned it before, I didn't think much of it. But now, seeing it in place, it feels way too tall. Still, we decided to keep working to see if a structure this height would actually make sense next to the yurt and on top of the deck. Unfortunately, we didn't have time to add the wooden cladding today, so we packed up our tools and called it a day. It's a new day. We're back and we're here to finish our compost toilet. But I have to say I'm not too pleased with the size of it. Let me show you.
So basically this part is the compost toilet, and this is where I'm gonna sit. And look, it's too high, man. Look at that. We don't need that height. And this part right here will be the shower, and still really high. So we're gonna put this like 30 centimeters down.
Changing the subject, we have been really enjoying sleeping here. We've been sleeping here a lot more. Slept here last night, and it's just really nice to wake up with such a good view and crack on with the projects that we're working on. The one other thing that we've realised as well is that we've set up our gas cooker a bit wrong. All of our pots and pans have got this really black, sooty powder on them, and we realised that it was actually just this little, I don't even know what that is, plug, screw, nut thing, and that controls the amount of oxygen mixing with the gas. I'm not too sure exactly how it works, but it was dangerous and we need to change that, so let's do that. So right now, this is what it's looking like on that power. The first step is going to have to be taking out the screws and kind of disassembling it, because I want to take off 30 to 40 centimeters and cut it on the miter saw, because I thought about doing it with a jigsaw, but I don't think that's going to be safe. So yeah, we're going to have to dismantle everything.
We're learning the hard way that you can't cut corners or go for the quickest solution. It's just not worth it. So dismantling the structure to adjust the height absolutely makes sense, especially since we're going to see this bathroom every day. I want it to look beautiful.
Another thing that I want to show you guys is our discovery of impact drivers. It's a massive difference that makes working 5 times faster. So yeah, love this for us. Okay, so let's lift it up and see the difference. Okay, that is way better. I know it was a bit more work, but I genuinely think that is going to be way worth it. It looks way better. Okay, so to make this process a bit quicker for you guys, let's make this into this. This is way better. Feels more like normal person size.
Yes, much better.
So what are you doing?
Yes, we didn't record this part. Just woke up and straight away started.
Cracking
on.
on.
I just doing the wing, so just a little part on the edge that we're gonna put the toilet in, and it's gonna be right on this part.
Yeah, because at the moment the structure of the toilet and the shower is over there, but that's actually occupying so much space. So I think putting it on this right angle, well, this part of the deck will give us, it's the perfect perfect little spot for it.
Yes.
Right, let's crack on.
Go.
After adjusting the frame, Eda cut the tongue and groove, which didn't turn out as straight as we hoped. We added supports underneath so we could install the new floorboards on top. And that's when something bad happened.
Look what just happened. Because it was really windy today, man, we were just doing some stuff over there for the tongue and groove, and the toilet almost fell in our heads.
Yeah, not cool.
Not cool. Yeah, that's attention. We should have did some clamps and fix it better on the deck. But yeah, that's really easy to adjust. No one is hurt and nothing's broken. So let's continue the work.
Be more careful.
More careful.
You really have to be careful, but at the same time, you've got to push through and get the job done.
Okay, so it's looking great. We've just completed the extension. So now we just have to finish rebuilding our fallen structure. But actually, it's good because now we can put it right in the corner and see how it's going to look like the final product. So I'm really happy with it. It's not perfect. We need to get used to doing angles and edges around cutting the wood, but it's okay. We're still learning. But yeah, really happy with it.
Well, deck is finally done. We did the main part, the wing part, and it's ready to put the toilet in. Yeah, the wind made it fall, but it's really easy to fix it. And we researched on the internet about the cladding. Every person has a way of doing it. So we're just gonna do our way. We're gonna put one piece of wood on front of the other. We're gonna layer it so the water doesn't come in. It's the way we think is right, so let's start it.
After learning from our mistakes, we secured the bathroom structure and started adding the cladding. This part of the process was actually surprisingly quick. Within 15 minutes, the bathroom was already starting to take shape. I just wanted to say that I love how quick the cladding is. It's flying up. We just got the backside done. Now we're gonna do the side cladding, the side paneling, whatever. I'm absolutely loving this rustic wood that we're using. I feel like it definitely goes in with the vibe with yurt, nature, bathroom, organic kind of vibe. So yeah, I'm really excited to get this done. Let's go!
I really like the results so far of our cladding. Yeah, like I said, everyone on the internet, you always see a video of a guy explaining his way, another guy explaining another way. But we did what we think is right to do because the water goes down here. It's impossible the water to go in. And we're putting this the more ugly wood behind because no one will see. And the more like organic and more shape kind of wood, more rustic. We put it on the sides because people will see and it's looking really nice. Better than default.
So it's all fun and games. It looks really great. But now we actually have to move this into the back corner. So hopefully it's not too heavy with the cladding on it. We've been working out. We've been really, keeping in shape. This has been keeping us in shape. Elias has been hitting the gym 4 times a week.
Yes, I am. Put the picture of before and after.
It's a good transformation, though.
Yes, good transformation.
Yeah. You got to use these muscles for something.
Yes.
Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, and go. 1, 2, 3, and go. 1, 2, 3, and go. Yeah, okay, that's fine. It's just to drill the cladding in.
Okay, that's it.
Guys, it fits perfectly. So we just put it, we actually measured it so it would fit from the post into the post. So now this is what it's looking like. And just imagine there's going to be the toilet here and a shower here. It feels very like luxury now, you know? Oh, the bathroom, the shower, just next to the yurt. So let's get back to reality and show a bit more of what it's like filming and making these videos in the winter. Because right now, just turned 6 o'clock, started absolutely pissing it down. Yeah, we haven't eaten all day, so I brought chili con carne with a jacket potato. So we're just eating that now. Luckily, we have a generator, so I'm really happy about that. And yeah, it's really raining. But at least we got a lot of stuff done today. We got it cladded, the shed, and now we just have to come back and organise what door we're putting on it and the seat for the toilet. So hopefully that'll be quick. Okay, so she's looking pretty good. Put this little wooden support beam under so nobody falls through. Bucket. And the seat is secured. And now it's pretty comfortable. Nice view when I do my business. Yeah, now it's just the door and then we'll have a toilet. Okay, let's screw in the door. Now I can finally present you guys our delayed, long-awaited final tour of the yurt with the complete deck and our bathroom. So let's go. If you were one of the OGs, you remember that this was the original deck that we thought we were going to be able to put chairs and tables, but honestly, it kind of just is enough space for us to open the door. So it all stemmed from that. It all stemmed from those two principles. Firstly, we have nowhere to sit outside, and it's really nice to sit outside with this view. And secondly, we don't have a bathroom, a toilet. What are we going to do if we want to live here? So those two problems, we resolved them. And now this is the solution. And I love it. It looks amazing. As you can see, we have this amazing deck space that has allowed us now to put chairs and tables, so we're definitely going to be using this space as an indoor outdoor area for the yurt, and it's really made the space feel way more elevated, like quite literally we're really high off the ground. And then we have the other solution, which is the toilet. So I'm really happy that we finally got this finished. It's been long awaited, but now we finally have our toilet. The door, I mean, the door was probably the most dodgy. It's not even dodgy, it's just not very well done. It opens to here, but that's fine. It has an automatic close. Look, not holding it. Yeah, and then we have our very comfortable toilet seat with the bucket underneath. I think we're probably going to buy a bigger bucket just because we don't want to have any risks. But yeah, all we need now is some sawdust, and that's it. We're going to keep it really simple here. You guys are probably wondering what this space is going to be used for, but this is going to be our shower in the future. We're still waiting for our electricity. We need a couple of documents, but that should be coming this month. And also we need to drill for water. We have no water on the land. So once we have those two things, we are going to install an electric shower, and then it's done. Well, the yurt is ready. It took months of learning and a lot of hard work. All of the recent videos have focused on this project, but now it's time to move on to something new. Let me reveal what's coming next. Guys, do you remember that our good friend Gary from England brought over 2 yurts in the van? Well, we've actually decided that we're not going to put up the second yurt. This is our second yurt. And we figured out that there's loads of pieces that are rotten, mouldy, broken, and also it's got woodworm, so that needs to be treated. But actually, this isn't the main reason as to why we don't want to build the second yurt. The thing is, we've already put up 1 yurt. It took a lot for us to put this up, and now we're looking for something bigger, better, something that's going to challenge us in a different way. But now we're thinking, what is that next step? What is our next project?
We thought about a bunch of different ideas. Geodome, container house, a cabin, maybe a sauna. But none of these ideas were as good as a tiny home.
Our next project is a tiny house. A compact house of approximately 40 square meters with everything you need. Later in the video, I'll explain why we chose this project. Before starting, we want to visit a company who specializes in building tiny homes to gain knowledge and inspiration. They were incredibly welcoming, showing us the step-by-step process. Take a look at this model at the entrance. You can immediately see how well designed it is.
So we chose to build a tiny home, but we can't build it here. This platform and this part of the land is not good for tiny home. When we were building the first yurt, it was so hard to bring materials down here. And I can't imagine doing all of this again for a tiny house that has even more materials. And also this part is not flat, the access is not easy, and there's no way to come here by car.
Welcome to our garage. This piece of land is the most flat, with an amazing view of the valley. We have a big oak tree for shade, and one of the most important, crucial factors is that it connects directly to the entrance. So this spot is perfect for us to build a tiny house.
We chose to build a tiny house because it doesn't require a permit. During the construction, we'll gain experience on how to install insulation, electricity, and plumbing, skills we'll need for the main house project. And since it's built on a trailer, it's portable, which makes it versatile for our needs.
Yes, this will be the place for building our tiny house, but we have to do some adjustments before actually doing the build. So what we're gonna do? First thing, we're gonna take this roof down. This is a very bad structure. It's not helping at anything, and we need more space. So the first thing is take this down. Second thing, we're gonna clear more this land. That's gonna give it more space. See how messy is this? Some trees actually fell apart. We don't want that to happen when we're building a tiny house. So we're gonna clear all of this land. We're gonna have more land, and this place is very flat. So it will be actually really good to have more flat and big land. So yeah, this will be the second thing. Right, third thing, we need to see about this car. Oh, it's a very old car, very vintage, very nice car. But the previous owner just left the car here, so we don't know what to do to this car. It's a very nice and vintage one, but the owner haven't yet decided if it's gonna give to us or not. Fourth and most important thing, the road. This entrance is crucial for us to bring materials for the tiny house, and it's the only entrance we have for the land. We have a lot of problems with this road when it rains. We can't drive up and down when it rains. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna dig out, put proper foundations, concrete, drainage, and make a really good road that's going to last us years.
Look at this model we toured. The large windows bring in so much natural light, and the high ceilings make it feel open and spacious. Para falar sincero, eu consigo me morar em umas bases assim. É perfeito, gente. Eu e Elias já moramos em carro, cabana. Minha cabana na Inglaterra era muito menor do que isso. Eu morei tranquilo nela. Só que aqui você tem cozinhas, tem chuveiros, tem tudo. É completo. E super bonito. I just want to say again a huge thanks to Casa Gaia for letting us explore their tiny homes. If you guys want to check out their work, the link will be in the description of this video.
And so, our new project begins, marking the end of the first season of this series. When we arrived at this property, it was completely abandoned. Over time, we cleaned it up, discovered new possibilities, and started building the yurt with the help of our good friend Gary, who came all the way from England to help us. The yurt marked the first season of our journey, and from now on, this area will be known as Garyland. Yes. But now it's time to tackle something more complex, a project that will provide invaluable experience for building our main house. Thank you for joining us on this journey. This is the end of the first season, and we'll see you all in season 2.
From the yurt's embrace to a brand new dream, we'll shape the land a bolder scheme. So here's to the future, the work, the strife, one step closer to the tiny house life. step closer to the tiny house life. Yeah!
Welcome to season 2. If you guys have been watching along, you would have known how much work we've been putting into our land building the yurts. But in this series, we're going to be mainly focusing on this part of the land, which sits at the top in front of our abandoned house looking over our valley. As you can tell, we've already demolished our garage and started work bringing down some of the wall with the help of our friend, a 5-ton digger. That's right, guys, we're going to be faced with loads of new challenges and it's going to be an amazing series. Honestly, we're so excited to start a new chapter on our land. We learned so much building the yurts, but now we're ready for the next project, a tiny house. It's going to be much more complex, way more challenging, and an opportunity for us to grow, learning so much in the process. This morning, we welcomed our new friend, a 5-ton excavator that will help us clear the land to create more space to put our tiny house. But we've got a problem. Neither I nor Eliezer know how to drive one of these things. We thought operating a digger would be simple because people said it's just like playing a video game. And Eliezer is very good at that. Initially, we wanted to rent a 1.7-ton digger, but the guy renting it said the job required a bigger excavator. So he started by giving Eliezer a quick tutorial on how to drive the digger, and he even stayed around helping us to remove 2 massive trees that were very difficult for us to move on our own, since we didn't have enough experience on the digger yet. So the digger's here, and he's just giving us a little tutorial so we know how to use it properly. It looks easy.
So now let's just explain our plans and what we're gonna do with this digger. So we're gonna put a tiny house in this land, and this is a perfect land for it. So we thought, oh, why not we open 5 meters more there so we have more land to have more space to do more stuff. So we're gonna open 5 meters here and put all this earth over there. And in the end, we're gonna have a lot of space. So our plans is tiny house over here and a shipping container with equipments for us to have all our equipment safe and stored in a nice place over here somewhere. A little shipping container. But for that, let's start digging out.
Let's go! Vamos! I just absolutely love the fact that Eliezer is driving a 5-ton digger right now. Like, this is our first time doing this, and it's just really nice that he's not scared, he's just going for it. And to be honest, you have to just go for it sometimes in life, you know? Obviously being safety first, but we're on our own land, we're not doing anything crazy. Yeah, super cool. I want to have a go as well. Eita, rapaz, estão dirigindo as escavadoras de 5 toneladas. A mulher pode fazer qualquer coisa também. Look what this guy has done in 2 hours?
Yeah, something like that.
Starting from scratch.
Starting from scratch and learning how to drive the machine as well. Let's start.
As you can see, the wall is collapsing. Also, you can see how easy it is to remove because the soil is so loose. To make it safer, we're going to remove the loose layer and angle the slope to stabilize it and avoid any future risks. This is the method that several people have recommended to us, so let's see how it holds up. After removing the soil, Eliezer used it to fill and level the slope. Guys, everything was going so well until this happened. The flipping thing, the track. So now it's stuck. And this is what it looks like. I don't understand because Eliezer was literally just driving normally. There was no big rocks, like the path is fine and it just came out. I don't know if we've done something wrong here, but it's like 11 o'clock. I'm like, hey, can you come and help us? But he can only come at the end of the day and it's only 11 o'clock now. So we've got the whole day and I'm not getting out a shovel and doing this. So, yeah, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Obviously, this wasn't ideal. The site was a mess, but did we enjoy ourselves? Absolutely. Eliezer especially loved driving the digger, and most importantly, he gained confidence. Mistakes are part of learning. The guy arrived at 6 p.m. I cannot tell you how relieved I felt when he told me it was going to be a quick fix. Apparently, Eliezer's lack of strategy while placing the soil on the ground caused it to get stuck in the tracks. He did say that this rarely happens, but when it does, it's because of inexperience. Okay, so we're nearly there. We've nearly got it out.
And the guy was amazing. He not only fixed the digger, but also helped clean up. Watching him work showed just how much experience matters. We came back the next day to see the progress. Since we were short on time, we arranged for someone to help fix the mess we made. Let's just say they did an outstanding job.
Wow, what an episode. This has come to a really good end of our first video for our second season of the channel. I am just so excited. I can't even wait for the things that are going to start happening in this series. It's going to be a lot. So many things we've got planned, and yeah, we're really pushing to get a lot of things done. Opening that space is like opening another door of opportunities and possibilities.
Yes.
I think that's how I felt when I came down here today, and I was like, wow, this looks better than what I imagined.
Yes,
so.
yes. Yeah, so far you can see another before and after. The before that was with the garage and the little car there.
Yeah.
And now, today, it's a big space. It's a huge space that we have now.
Yeah, it's a huge space. We're going to create some really fun, creative, special places with the tiny house and the workshop that are coming really soon. I'm over the moon.
Yes, me too. I'm super happy because of the guy. It's really good when the job is well done. It's so satisfying, it's over their expectations. Really good. I'm super happy.
Okay guys, so this is everything for this video, but we're going to see you in the next video when we're going to start building our road. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
This next chapter is going to be on a whole new level. We can't wait to show you what's next. Well, that's it for this video, but we'll see you in the next one.